Hello guys. Good evening. It is Sunday night, 8:22 Kenyan time, and welcome to my Fierrrce weekly analysis. So guys, if this is your first time on my YouTube channel, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in as always. And I'm actually trying to do this live, like broadcasting this on my YouTube. So let's see how it goes. This is the first time I'm doing this. Yeah, so basically what I usually do on my Sunday analysis is I just have a look at the charts, I look at different pairs, and then I just give you guys an idea of where I think it's going. So I think today I'll do it slightly different. I won't really look at too many things. I'm just going to look at, obviously because I'm on NAS right now, but I want to start with GBP USD today because one of my students asked me to look at it. Actually, we have, so Aggie, yay, this is for you. We've reached a point in the classes where I gave them an assignment to literally just take a look at the different pairs, choose a pair each and analyze based on what I've been teaching. So she was asking me questions and everything this afternoon and about her analysis. So I said, you know what, why not just analyze GU? So Aggie, this is for you. And maybe do it a bit more in-depth than how I just usually do it generally. So as y'all can see, these lines, I think I was doing them for a class that I did last 2 weeks. Let me just clear my chart. So as you guys can see right about now, GU has been very bearish. We've been in this range for quite some time now. Literally since 2016, we've been kind of stuck in a range-bound market, but then you know, from early 2021, mid 2021 to date, GU has been dropping, has been very bearish. So as far as this weekly time frame is concerned, what I'm seeing is GU took out the 2020 June low. Okay, there's a swing low here. And this is a very strong level of structure. So what it did, and I believe this week here, possibly was trying to clear some imbalance downside here. And that's why it pushed down. And it closed bearish, but with some rejection, okay? So what I'm going to anticipate, because for the last couple of weeks, GU has been very bearish, like extremely, especially from April 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, we've been consecutively bearish. We've finally taken out liquidity. What I'm going to assume is there's a possibility that we are going to see a beginning of a retracement to the upside. This is just me looking at it from a weekly perspective, okay, because I see a liquidity grab here and I'm beginning to see price, I'm anticipating price will push up. So I go on the daily, and on the daily, that's the vibe I'm getting as well. So we can see clearly we took out the previous week's low, and then we engulfed that week's low. The candle literally just engulfed the previous week's low, formed a higher high vis-a-vis the previous week's high. And now I'm just like, you know, we have potential liquidity levels at 1, 2, 4, so let's say 1, 2, 400, 4,000, thereabouts, 4,065, and we have an imbalance around, you know, 1.24515. So maybe that's basically what I'm thinking might happen this week. I have a feeling we are going to see price push up. So Aggie, I know you sent me your analysis. I'm hoping you can see why I feel like we are bullish. We're going to open bullish this week because the weekly time frame has given me a signal. We took out liquidity. That's the sell side liquidity. And now on the daily, the way we closed on Friday is kind of giving me vibes that, you know, we may be looking to push up. So what I'm seeing is initial target would be not too far off, like 194 pips. Is that on the daily? That's not much. Yeah, but I mean, like really near term, looking at 140 to about 100, 230, 190, 230 pips. So there is an order block here, supply zone rejection level. So I'm just gonna take this and say, okay, fine, near term, there's a target of 140 pips away, 1.23993. And then if you're pushing it, we may is possibly get past the 1.24 thousand all the way to the 1.24891. That's like a bit longer term. So that's GU. That's my take on GU. So, but if let's go on the 1 hour, and the 1 hour is even more clear on the bullish bias. We have taken out a level of structure here. So what we are seeing is potential to like, we've taken out that high, those liquidity resting above here, relatively equal highs. We do have an imbalance that has just been filled, maybe not into entirety, so we may push fully up. So what I'm seeing is there's a potential to fill that gap to 1.22679, then kind of maybe retest as we continue to move to the upside. So I'm technically bullish really on GU. Okay. So this is what this is about. Technique, we're not too far from. Yeah. So let me go on the 5-15 minutes because I like to look at refine those entries on the 15 minutes. So as you guys can see, cleared out the highs. There's potential to retrace and then continue to the upside. But we do have an initial target at 1.22849. And, you know, if we do take out this level here at 1.22764, my anticipation is we're just going to continue to buy. So that's what I'm looking at. Okay, I hope this is helpful. Why I'm looking at the bullish trend is because if I think about it, we did aggressively push up between the 13th of May, then we formed this swing high. Same day, we took out internal liquidity. We've kind of taken out external liquidity as well. And this really bullish candle is really looking convincingly bullish. So again, I am bullish. We may retrace and then continue on to the upside. We may even find that we may reject, or because I'm looking at it this way. Okay, so we took down structure here. So let me just color it something different. When I have a red line. So there's potential to bounce off this level. then come back down before we continue to the upside. So that's what I'm anticipating. Because we literally broke down and took out a very strong level of structure here. Then we dropped. So this is the first time we're retesting this breaker level. And I'm thinking we may reject off of it, possibly come to capture some more, maybe fill in some imbalances below before we continue to push up. But like I said, I'm definitely bullish on GU. So that's GU. Okay, let me move on to an index. And usually, you guys, I like to look at NAS 100. So with regards to NAS, let me go on the weekly. So these are my markings from last week, right? And I want to go on the weekly time frame. What I'm gonna do is hide everything, so that, you know, I like to just keep them on NAS because I also teach with some of these markings on my chart. So usually very helpful in my classes so that we can remember what happened. Anywho, so NAS retested a very interesting level of structure as well. A November 2020 level, took out liquidity, and is also showing me the same vibes as GU. So I'm gonna anticipate as well that we may retrace because we've taken out sell side liquidity on the weekly time frame. Daily, we did close bullish, and I'm just like, these liquidity levels right resting up here at 13,566. I wouldn't be surprised if NAS tried to take that out this week, or we also have liquidity at 12,637.7. That's about 287 points away. So I'm just like, you know, we've taken our liquidity, we're probably pushing to this level here, 13,108. There's a loads of liquidity lying, buy side liquidity. So I'm just like, I want to see NAS go bullish. If I look at the 1 hour, the 1 hour is interesting. We took out this swing high, retested it, and then began to break to the upside. We have then gotten to another interesting level of structure here where we retested an imbalance below, and we're just playing around here. But I still see liquidity resting above here, above these levels. And we have, so I mean, this is NAS, right? NAS could actually go even all the way back to where it dropped off last week at this high that it formed at 13,555, very possible. So that's what I'd be anticipating. Possibly we are, yeah, there's an imbalance up here. So we'll definitely try to clear that imbalance, clear liquidity, maybe retest and continue. So I'm also bullish on NAS, okay? So that's not, let's see, US 30, is US 30 giving me different vibes? Maybe, you know, they always tend to look the same. Like literally these two charts, I just changed them and they almost look identical. Weekly time frame, we see the major rejection on this order block. We took out liquidity, as you can see, at the 32,163 level. That's where we closed the market. So I'm just gonna anticipate we're going to start seeing US 30 possibly reverse, yeah, and maybe continue down later if that's the case. But I think I want to see the market open bullish, and just the way we closed, that may just be it. But then we're definitely at a pretty reactionary level. If I go on a lower time frame, maybe I'll see imbalances, upside, and I do, they're here, you know, so I want US 30 to just, you know, push up. So that's the index, the indices, guys. Let's look at a metal gold. Yeah, and as for gold and her people, so let's go on the weekly time frame rather. So on the weekly, we're seeing gold close very bullish. So it's almost like all these pairs technically on the weekly time. What we've just seen is most of them closed bearish. Now gold took out liquidity and then began to break down. So gold is looking more bearish than its counterparts, what I've just looked at earlier, indices and GU. It's looking more bearish. So this is a very strong move down. We are retesting a demand zone, but below this demand zone, there's liquidity. So I'm just like, let's clear that liquidity. Okay, it's about 589 pips away. So I'm bearish. Near term, we're possibly, like when we started breaking down here, I think our first target was this 1781.72. So that's like about near term, about 290 to 312 pips downside. So I'm going to I just want price to take out that level, and then you can begin to see it retracing back upside. So yeah, I'm bearish on gold. If I look at the daily, we closed bearish. Okay, bit of rejection around this demand level, possibly, but I don't think it's so significant that we are going to necessarily begin to see a reversal. I still think the weekly is so strong. This, like I said, so much liquidity resting below here. I want to see gold break down. Okay, so that's just me. And this is also because after this major liquidity grab manipulation up here, gold now began to break down, and I believe it's targeting these levels. So that's why I'm bearish. Yeah, so that is gold. Maybe I can look at a euro pair. So I'll look at euro USD, and then we'll finish with Bitcoin. So as for euro USD, wow, like I said, all these markets just bearish. They just tanked last week. So as for euro USD, when I look, we've taken out liquidity. Yeah, I'm just like maybe we would just want to click, just tap this low here before we start seeing it going up. So we possibly may continue lower, but let me look. I haven't traded the euro USD in such a long time. In a really, really long. Oh, actually, these are my markings. So let's see. So we took out this swing low, we took out liquidity, we have this target here. I think we're about to start seeing the shift up, but we are definitely looking. I think we'll start seeing a shift to the upside. I don't know. I'm just like, so we probably maybe try and take out this low completely. We haven't quite taken out this low of 2017. We may just want to just break it and then maybe start shifting up. But we're definitely in bearish structure, like bear territory, pretty much. So I'm just like, this drop was kind of anticipated because we had liquidity lying here at 1.04934. And we've just cleared that. So I'm saying if we tap this low of 1.03401, which is literally just about 80 pips away, I'll be, so we may drop and then, retest. So that's a potential move, but we definitely closed very bearish on that. Yeah, so on the daily, it's looking like, may want to come and retest this zone, maybe even clear some imbalances upside before we continue to the down. So long term, we are looking bearish, but I'm feeling like just because of how we closed, you may see retracement or a pullback begin. So last but not least, guys, let's look at BTC USD. Yeah. So as for BTC and her people, I usually look at BTC USDT. I think that's the one I've analyzed. There we go. So y'all can see what I said, what I've been saying, and what I said last week. Please watch my video on BTC analysis, my Sunday weekly analysis for last week. I actually mentioned these levels you can see, okay? I told you guys that BTC would break the 30K, go to 28K, 27K, even 26. There's this zone here of 18K, which is like way out there, but I've just marked it in case of anything. But what we are seeing is BTC finally, after since January 2021. Okay, so let me just mark that now so that we can see what I'm talking about. I mean, since Jan 2021, it's taken 1 year for BTC to finally break this level. Okay, and this is what I've been waiting for. You can see my arrows from November of last year. Finally, we got to the target of 30K. So yay, very excited about that. So we've literally taken out liquidity. We've filled an imbalance as well. There was a tiny imbalance somewhere here. Okay, tiny imbalance somewhere here. And I'm just like, yo. So we've kind of bounced off of that imbalance, rejected off of it. Liquidity grabbed everything, you name it. We still have imbalances downside, but before we even attempt to continue going down, I feel like, there's a bit of indecision. I want to see BTC push up a bit. We may see some consolidation. We may see attempt to push back up to the 33K mark at least. And then, so if you look at the weekly, it even looks cleaner. So cleared this, okay, not fully cleared. Actually, I will clear the imbalance on we actually have an imbalance on the weekly downside here, but we've cleared the daily imbalance, which was also kind of like maybe an order block. And now I just think, taking out all this sell side liquidity that has been resting here since 2021 January. Okay, almost 1.5 years. And now I want to see us push back up, clear these imbalances, and then continue. So I'm thinking, we'll start seeing, a bit of consolidation, possibly take out, if we do take out the 31K level, 31,400 level, then I'll see us pushing back at least to the 34K. And then maybe, from there, I'll see what's up. But this is a really nice zone. Thing is, there's also potential to just continue to drop. So, but then I want us to first push up at least the 33,894 or even the 37K level. So let's say 34K level at the very least, because the imbalance is up there. That would be nice. And then, but we could see consolidation. We could see some accumulation happen here. So that's it, guys. And yes, we were live. So thank you very much. I hope this has been of value and I hope it adds some value to your trading. As always, thank you and tune in next week again when we do our Sunday weekly analysis. Have a lovely trading week, guys. Bye.